It's beer review time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to review two craft beers, one from Georgia and one from Florida. This is Alai. This is an IPA made by Cigar City Brewing in Tampa. It's got an ABV of 7, I think it is. Let's see, where in the hell is it? 7.5. This might be the biggest craft beer in Florida. Every area in Florida has their IPA. In Melbourne, you've got Dragon Point. And down in Fort Lauderdale, you have Funky Buddha. And Dragon Point isn't available hardly anywhere but in the Melbourne or in the Brevard area. Funky Buddha is pretty well distributed, but a lot of the IPAs aren't distributed throughout the state, just in their areas. But this one is. Alai. Alai is distributed throughout the state. You go into any liquor store, anywhere in the state, and you're probably going to find this. I got this at Publix on the Atlantic Ocean, or near the Atlantic Ocean in Satellite Beach. So, this is also available in other states, such as Georgia, and I think it's even available as far north as Virginia. This is a Sweetwater IPA from Georgia. It's Sweetwater Brewing in Atlanta. Let's see, what is the 6.3? Yeah, 6.3 alcohol. So it's not quite as strong as this. But this one is Sweetwater's, I guess you could say, flagship beer. I don't know. But it's pretty much available anywhere in Georgia. Just like, all the local IPAs are only available in certain areas, but Sweetwater is basically ubiquitous. You can get it just about anywhere. And what I thought I would do is see which one I like better. And I'm going to do it without any bias. So, what I have done is I have taken one of each and wrapped them in paper so I can't see which is which. Now, if I take a look at the top of it, look down and see the color of the can, then I will know. But I am going to try to do this without seeing which is which. So I'll mix them up here a bit. And I really don't know which one is which. I'll open them. Keep my eyes closed while I'm opening them because I don't want to see the color of the can from the top. Okay, now I got them, and I don't want to see the colors yet. So what I'm going to do is just take a drink of each one. I'm not going to try to guess which one is which. I'm just going to see which one I like better. That's pretty good. And let's see about this one. This one's more bitter. This one's got a better flavor. A lot more bitter than this one. This one tastes maybe a little bit more citrusy, fruity, maybe. And a lot of people don't like that citrus flavor, that hop flavor. I like it. It depends. You know, some of these beers are really citrusy, and they're okay, but I don't like them that citrusy. But I can tell you this much: I like this one better than this one. And since I see these, where I feel the paper coming off, I can't see it. I got my eyes closed. But I'm pretty sure that this is Alai and this is Sweetwater. And my conclusion is that Alai is better. So, yep. And how did I know? I didn't cheat, honestly. That's because I can easily tell the difference between the two. And the reason I can tell the difference between the two is because yesterday I drank a 6-pack of this. And then I went out and got some more beer, and I drank about 3 more of these. And I noticed a difference. And I could tell that this one was quite a bit more bitter than this one. Now let's pour them into a glass and see how they compare with color and odor and stuff like that. Well, look at that. This one, Sweetwater, builds up a much better head than the Alai. Maybe it's just these two, but I don't know. Let's see what they look like color-wise. They're very similar in color. I would say that they're almost indistinguishable, but you do see a bit more of what appears to be carbonation in the Sweetwater, which could account for the more foam on top. I see quite a bit of bubbles, but you know, who knows? It might have gotten mixed up or something a little bit. But I don't know. You really, if I was to look at these side by side, the only way I'd be able to tell the difference between them is the head. But the color, they're almost identical. You know, that's why I didn't want to smell them first, because I wanted to be completely unbiased when it came to taste. I'll smell them after. I know everybody who does beer reviews, first thing they do is smell it. And that might give it away. You know, especially if they do something that has a unique smell to it and they recognize that smell, and then say they're going to know what that is, and your bias is going to come out in their result, or which one they think that they like the best. I've done other beer reviews on my page, and you know, you get people saying, "Yeah, I like Budweiser and I hate Coors," and you do a blind taste test and you ask them which one you like better, and they pick Coors. And then you ask them to identify, and you know, they'll identify them all incorrectly. So that's not what happened as far as the actual beers. It was actually, I did a light beer and they picked Bud Light as their favorite. I don't know, but you can just go through my videos and look. I've got a few beer reviews and blind taste tests on there. You know, I really don't even smell anything. I don't know if it's just me or what, but these beers really don't have much of a smell to them. Maybe it's me, but I honestly don't smell anything. Do I got Corona? I don't know. Now, despite the bubbles coming up in there, it really doesn't taste that carbonated. In fact, this one, the Alai, tastes or feels much more carbonated than the Sweetwater. So, well, maybe it lost some carbonation with the bubbles and the head on here. Like I said, maybe something happened to that can, which affected it or somehow caused it to get shaken up or something. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, yeah, there is a noticeable difference between the two. This one has a much more citrusy flavor, I guess you could say. Hoppy flavor. They probably, I don't know, I didn't look into it, but they probably use different kind of hops and stuff. And of course, this one has more alcohol, so that could be a factor too. What can we say about this? Does it say anything on the can here? Government warning. Yeah, thanks, government, looking out for me. I really appreciate it. Our original IPA lays down hints of grapefruit and pine on the palate, with a clean and bright finish. Pine, I think I can taste that. A straight up, always fresh, always heady OG IPA. This is the go-to brew you order without having to check the menu. But when I am in Georgia and this is on the menu, then there's a good chance I'll get it. But it depends on what else is on the menu. There are some pretty good IPAs or pretty good craft beers in Georgia, just as there are in Florida. Okay, so let's see what it says here about the Alai. The merry game of Alai provides inspiration for this citrus-forward India Pale Ale with notes of clementine, orange peel, and I can't fucking read that. Caramel malt, creating an IPA that's both bold and approachable. It's approachable. Well, that's good to know. I like beers that are approachable. Okay, so we have orange peel gives it some taste. Like I said, it has a more citrusy and more fruity type of feel. So this one with grapefruit and pine, and I think there is pine in there. Although I don't really go out and eat pine, so I really don't know what it tastes like. So I would just have to assume that what I'm tasting here is pine. And orange peel, I know what orange peel tastes like. Kind of tastes like little bitter oranges. So, we might have a bit of orange in here. What else they said that was in here? Oh, clementine. Clementine. I don't know what the hell that is. I know there's a song. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling, clementine. That's all I know about clementine. I'm going to have to look that up once I finish this video. Orange peel and caramel malt. So, do I taste any caramel in here? It might be psychological since I read it on here, but there might be caramel. But I don't think I would have detected any caramel in there unless I was expecting it, unless I was looking for it. It's one of those things, you don't notice it unless you're looking for it. So anyway, this video's gone long enough, maybe too long. It's time to cut it off. So there you go. Alai versus Sweetwater. I give the win to Alai, but they're both good beers.